I see too many coaches, the majority of them actually, struggling to book proper calls onto their calendar. But at the same time, I also see so many other coaches flexing some fake calls like, yeah, look at me, I'm booking 8, 10 calls a day, when in reality those are just pure crap, genuinely. Why? Because I would rather have a qualified calls, maybe 3 of those a day, 3 to 5, than 10 plus calls that are just not having any chances of being closed. Now, in this video, I'm gonna talk about the exact morning routine that I tell to all my setters that I'm managing, training, or even placing, and it takes them maybe 15 minutes per day. And with that single morning routine, they're able to book at least 3 to 5 calls a day, way more and way better ones than these people who are just flexing it all over Instagram. Now, I'm Chris. Yeah, I'm some random guy trying to be proper Wolf of Croatia, and I'm training, placing, and managing killer setters, over 200 of them, for 7-figure businesses. And these strategies, these sorts of 3 simple or even 4 simple steps that include my morning routine, and not only mine but also of all of my setters, are absolutely crucial to sign, let's say, $16,000 paid in fulls that we're getting for a client that I'm working with doing $400K a month. Now, just for the context, I'm currently going to buy some steaks. I'm going to a local butchery shop, and I live in a place, Croatian countryside, that you can probably even not find on the map, I'd say, and we have 5,000 people, and $16,000 paid in fulls that I'm getting for my client that we're closing over there are more than the yearly average salary in this place where I'm living. So I'm not even exaggerating when I say that it's absolutely ridiculous how easy you can do it from wherever you are with these simple 3 or 4 steps. Now, the step number 1 is the first second when you wake up. That's crucial, and that's exactly what I say to my setters that they should become masters at. No procrastination, no snooze button, alarms going off, no fucking TikTok, no Instagram, nothing like that. No such a BS. Why? Because how you start your morning, pretty much that's how the rest of your day is gonna look like. You genuinely don't want to have your brain distracted instantly as soon as you wake up with some random dopamine crap. No, you don't need that. And you don't want that, because then you're probably gonna feel sleazy as fuck for the rest of the day. However, what I'm trying to say is that as soon as you wake up, or as soon as my setters wake up, I tell them to just get straight to work. Clear the pipeline. Especially if you're dealing with leads that are from a different time zone. You waking up literally means that you can wake up to 10, 15 people that need to be handled ASAP. So in that business that I'm talking about, doing 400K a month, we're doing 150 outreaches per day per setter. We have 4 setters, so that's over 600 DMs, right? And every single day they wake up with at least 15 to 20 new replies, whether that's from the openers, whether that's somewhere throughout the conversation at some point, I don't know, they asked a qualifying question and then they replied in the meantime. It just needs to be handled. Now, before you start thinking I'm some random fucking guru out there trying to sell you some 15K coaching program, giving you this free value so I can nurture you, no, I'm actually the one who likes to lead from the front, because at the end of the day, I make my money off of the commissions. So the more I work, the more effectively and the more efficiently I work, the more calls we book through those setters, through my knowledge, and more deals we close, more money I make, right? So the first thing that I start doing as soon as I wake up is check up on setters, because I, as a manager, don't have any leads directly. My setters do, and I check up on them. So I need to practice what I'm preaching, especially if I'm trying to lead from the front. Second thing, maybe some of you saw my journey on the new page, wolfofcroatia.values. Drop it a follow if you still haven't. I'm not sure what the hell you're waiting for. But I'm taking cold plunges because I just love starting my day off properly. That's what gives me power. Now, I'm not saying you should do cold plunges. I mean, if you're afraid, I get you. Just soft, But it directly helps me feel better. I started performing in gym better, I started performing on the calls better, I started closing more deals, I started providing more support to my one-on-one coaching students and my clients in B2B space within my agency that I'm working with. Because at the end of the day, it's in my best interest to be at the best of my abilities every single day. So guess what? I can make more money, right? So that's the first thing. No snooze alarm button, no procrastination shit, no fake dopamine, no, just pure work because leads need to be cleared. Remember, lead lost is money lost, especially if you're charging high ticket. Imagine charging 5K and letting 2 leads slip through the crack. 10 grand wasted. You can literally just take it away from your bank account and throw it in a bin, or just give it out to someone else because it's essentially the same thing. But when it comes to lead lost money being lost, another crucial thing that I tell my setters as a part of their 15 minutes morning routine is CRM. CRM, by far the most important thing that I have ever utilized properly, that single-handedly made me who I am today. A 6-figure agency owner here in Croatia, in a town of, not even a town, like more of a village you can see around me probably, like where the fuck am I? That's CRM is what made me a 6-figure agency here in Croatia, and probably why I even closed all of my deals that I ever closed, because that CRM needs to be up to date with all the leads that you have in your pipeline. Once again, lead lost, money lost. You know, within those CRM, you need to enter all the people that you have in your pipeline. Constantly update their statuses, whether they are on just a random conversation, whether they're maybe hot and interested, whether you send them a VSL, whether you send them a Calendly, whether they booked, no-showed, even worse. You always need to be up to date with them, because yeah, if they no-showed, it just means that, you know, you need to follow up with them. Simple as that. Those follow-ups also need to be done every single day, because yeah, you just once again want to keep pushing. However, there's a thin line between pushing and fighting. You know, you need to fight, because if you're a fighter naturally, then you're pretty much your own best testimonial in that case. Because if you're not fighting, if you're just letting these leads slip through the crack, how can you even promise to the potential client of yours that you're gonna fight for him if you're not even fighting for your own sales? You get me what I'm trying to say? So no push, but fight. Fight, fight, and fight. And that's also a mentality I'm trying to share with my setters, because essentially it's crucial. Once again, I make my money off of the calls that they've booked that close directly through them. So it's in my best interest to do absolutely that, to let them know that no lead can actually be wasted, especially if it's a high ticket price that high ticket prices that I'm dealing with. And then the third step in this 4-step process, yeah, I actually realized it's a 4-step process. Third step is just making them comfortable in your environment. I speak about it probably in the majority of my videos, especially in the most recent 2 videos that I recorded. Making these leads comfortable in your environment so they don't get annoyed when you follow up with them, when you ask them a question, is absolutely crucial. Because at the end of the day, we realized already, probably you did realize so too, because I'm sure you're one of the best performing businesses out there, whether you're a coach, agency owner, whatever. I'm sure you realize that in this society that we're living in today, no one is buying into life-changing products anymore. Why? Because it's a bunch of crap. Like, I can give you a product right now, but if you don't have anyone to help you execute on it, it's all wasted. So you need to be that person that someone else will buy into. I said it in the last video as well. I will never buy into something rather than into someone. You get me what I'm trying to say? You get my message? So I always need to make sure that I'm that approachable person that will make people comfortable in my environment. So then it just makes my life easier, or my setters in this example. It makes all of our lives easier, because then prospects start opening up. They answer to our questions with more genuine approach, with more passion, I'd say. And then with that message that they send, I have something to work with, or my setters, whatever. which allows us to then ask another question in some sort of chronological order. I always say about that, I always say a few things about it as well. It's all a chess game, so everything needs to be strategically planned. So yeah, when you make them comfortable in your environment, when you're just approachable, likable person, not too likable, try to avoid being too likable, giving them too many compliments and stuff, because then you're just desperate, needy, and weird. But when you do so, guess what? You opened the door for yourself for a call proposal, which is the fourth thing in this entire process. Like this mindset sort of process that I'm trying to drill into the brains of everyone that I'm working with, either a setter, a business owner, whoever. Because even as a business owner, if you're taking your calls and I'm, let's say, working with you, then I also need your mindset on point, because like I've said multiple times already, I make money off of the deals that you close that me or my setters have booked. So yeah, the fourth one is just cutting the crap, to be honest. Just cutting the crap. Once you made them all comfortable in your environment, the next thing is just respecting their time. Because when you respect their time, they will respect you back. You know, you will get what you give, pretty much. And when I say respect their time, I mean that you should absolutely avoid any of these shitty sales strategies. Like, I don't know, oh, so what would be your goal in the next 3 to 6 months? Oh, amazing, like, what have you tried so far to get there? I see. Why do you feel right now is the time? Ah, all right. None of that crap, please, because that's just long, and the more you try to drag it on, the longer the conversation gets, the more chances of you getting ghosted, because yeah, it's not in their best interest to waste time with them. Of course. But anyways, yeah, no one wants to have their time wasted with a bunch of silly questions. Rather, just give a slight pitch, like a soft one, plant the seed, something along the lines of just something on top of my mind. It can be, I don't know, yeah, bro, I like not expecting you to say yes, as it seems like you're absolutely crushing it already, but having some commission-based killer setters booking calls on your behalf and me managing it all so you have more time, is that something that you potentially might be interested in? Yes, no. If it's no, I just try to handle it, try to isolate, see what's the real reason, is it a smoke screen or shit, and then I go further accordingly. If it's a yes, guess what? Perfect. Just so I can see if there's even a potential for us to work together, just so I can see if you even need that, because it seems like you're doing great already. XYZ question that helps me prepare for the call. Amazing, perfect. You're a busy guy, I'm a busy guy. What you say about a quick 15 minutes chat instead of messaging back and forth? Yeah, no, perfect. Hop on a call. B2B people, high quality prospects that we're all trying to deal with, and especially you, if you're watching this video, I'd like to assume that you're dealing with high quality clientele. We all know the game. And with that being said, unfortunately, none of this Jeremy Miner, Alex Hormozi stuff works. It does work, but keep in mind that Alex Hormozi just recently sold, what, over $70 million in his book's copies, right? So that's like a couple million people reading that book the same way you would read it, and them also being informed about the new sales strategies in the market. So with that being said as well, they know the game, and it's not going to work if you actually try it like a dickhead. So yeah, be straight to the point. And all these four simple things are actually what is allowing us to book these quality calls purely from cold outbound with people that are supposed to pay $16,000. You know what that means. Once again, more than a yearly average salary here. And it works. So far, it works. And you know how they say, don't fix things that don't require fixing. So all in all, yeah, in about a minute, I'll be at the butcher's shop, and hopefully this helps. In case you feel like you'd like to know more, just go through my other YouTube videos, and yeah, you'll see all the sauce, how I'm closing these paid in fulls for my clients. Shoot me subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Drop me a follow on IG as well. You can reach out to me. No setter is gonna handle it, trust me. I'm the one handling it all on my Wolf of Croatia brand. But yeah, in case you need some help, reach out, shoot me a follow once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep killing it.